And we are live. Welcome to The Contradiction, guys, with myself, Byron McDonald, and Lathea McCann. As I say each week, Facebook is a private domain interface. So if you do get logged off, please just hop back onto the page and you will find a new link there. We're also multi streaming on various platforms. So comment and engage.
Hey, listen up. If you're lucky enough to fall in love with someone, try not to ruin it by Googling them. Okay.
The Contradiction with Lathea McCann and Byron McDonald.
Just to make sure you don't forget what we look like.
So, as I say each week, The Contradiction is about bringing different viewpoints together and allowing you, the viewer, the opportunity to comment and engage and share your viewpoint on the topic. So, each week we get a new guest host with a new topic to discuss and contradict each other's viewpoints. So, our guest host for tonight's show is Michael Kazuzi from South Africa. Michael started his career in the advertising industry and in his 30s launched a successful business and a magazine publication. Michael's life changed drastically when he was involved in an accident that severed the back of his leg and he had to learn to walk again. In 2015, Michael and his wife, who was battling tuberculosis at the time, relocated to Cape Town in order to get her better medical assistance. And Michael, at the time, relocating to Cape Town, was jobless, as he says, broke, and a broken man.
What broke him?
His leg. But he got the opportunity to launch a radio station which helped him crack open into a new self. And as Michael says, he is a new self with still some pre-verbal trauma to work on at the age of 46. So without any further ado, let us go ahead and bring on Michael Kazuzi.
Hey, Mike, how are you, man?
Hey, how's it, guys? How you
Good,
doing?
good, man. How's life been treating you during this COVID?
Up and down, I must say. It's been an interesting time. I've quite enjoyed COVID, to be honest with you. It's kept me homebound, kept me doing a lot of DIYs and a lot of DIY on myself with my wife, which has been pretty epic. You know, normally we work and we go out, and this is now 24/7 with your beloved, and it can get very challenging at times. But yeah, you just got to work through it. And yeah, work is shit, man. What can I say? COVID has nailed everybody, you know. Other than that, I'm still alive. Amen to that. We're still alive. We're going, we're strong. And I'm keen to have a chat with you guys tonight.
Brilliant. I'm also looking forward to that. And we know why we brought you onto the show, because you are that nice guy.
Oh, easy. Easy, that nice guy. Well, we'll find out tonight.
I look forward to the questions. Yes.
Mike, where do you stand on this topic? Do nice guys come finish last?
Come last.
I wanted to say now come last. That would be a good thing. But I'm just
You know what? if you're a nice guy, you should normally come last. Yeah, that's the way it should be. But yes, you know, it depends on the situation, depends on where you are in your life. I think I've been a nice guy a lot of the times, and it's worked to a point. But also, I think there are times where I've said to Kira that I wish I was an absolute fucking arsehole to people. I wish I could do that, but there's nothing in my DNA that allows me to do that. I suppose some people might think I'm a dickhead. You know, I don't know, but I try not to be. So it depends on what you're doing and what you're talking about as well. You know, if you're a good guy and you live your life normally and you just get on with your life and you fit into the mainstream and you don't ask questions and just do it, so then yeah, you're probably not going to come first or anywhere. You've got to have some kind of extra drive. And then there's a thin line, I suppose, between how far you want to go to get what you want. How far can you stay a nice guy until you get what you want, or however that want is, you know? So it depends. I've been a nice guy. I think I've been a dickhead. I probably have. And I've also come last being a dickhead because I don't know how to be a dickhead in that sense, if you get what I'm saying, like a bad guy.
I get you completely. And I can understand where you're coming from. So, Lathea, from a woman's point of view, I know like nice guys
I think the
do,
woman is going to have to help me on this topic
but I
because I'm
don't.
the only one on the panel.
So you better look for your help outside there, though. But I do get it. Like, and nice guys don't always come last, though. But I'm just saying.
I wouldn't know.
I'm just saying some of them come first. But I'm just saying, jokes aside. Jokes aside. Where do you stand on this?
Like Mike said, it all depends. I mean, sometimes being nice, men choose which situation they want to be nice. So they can either be nice in business, and then they can be different when it comes to intimate relationships, because they might know exactly what gets a woman chasing them. So it all depends. It's different for everybody, but usually statistically proven, it is said that most women like bad boys.
No, no, no.
But
Okay.
I think it depends
This
on
is
the
my
age
question,
category.
Mike.
It depends on the age category,
Ma-
because based on where you find yourself in life, you will also then know what it is that you're looking for.
Okay, now what do you girls, you ladies, women, and Mike, what would you define as a bad boy and a good boy? I like it when ladies say, oh, most of these women are going out for the bad boys and there's no nice guys out there. So we keep on hearing these things. So tell me, Mike, what would you define as a bad boy?
Jeez, again, it's wide. It's like, I'm going to talk on my experience being a bad boy. I suppose is treating women like shit and getting what you want from them by treating them like shit. I've learned that, and I don't know why it is like that, but there is an attraction. There is that bit of like, I want to be part of that naughty. Maybe my life is so boring where I am, or so structured that just that little bit of extra naughty play would be so cool. Now imagine that bad boy. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but we'll get back to that. Imagine the bad boy. What's the word I'm looking for?
Narcotics.
Yes, it's so flavorful in the sense that your life is so structured and so boring in a sense, and you want to get that little spark to keep it going.
And mystery.
To keep it going. So what you're going to look for, a nice guy's not going to go for you. In that sense. So the bad boys, and a bad boy can be defined in so many ways. If we're talking about going out and having a jaw, I think most men are bad boys to just get laid or just get a kiss or just get something. We can be that.
So let me ask then, what are the characteristics of a nice guy? How would you define a nice guy, and how would you define a bad boy?
Okay, now I'm going to answer you.
Nice guy answer.
Sorry, Mike, you were saying?
I said the nice guy must answer. Go for it.
No, I'm saying we as men can't define what's a nice guy and what is a bad boy. You see, the problem is, this is the problem out there. You'll get women saying, why does a man feel intimidated when I make money? Why does a man feel intimidated when I do this? You see, men are born as natural hunters, as they would say, as such, right? So men find their place in providing, reproducing, laying their seed. That's why you find men and women say men cheat. They always find bad guys. No, there's no bad humans out there. It's just what you select to have surrounding you. So you can't say, I always pick the bad boys. No, you select what doesn't fit your mold. That's the problem, because there might be a woman out there that love that guy that pulls her around, or what I'm saying, it's wrong. But there's people out there that like that selectiveness out of people. So why do you keep on choosing a bad boy? No, it's the parts that you like out of him, so you chose him. So there's no bad boys, no nice guys, no bad guys.
Again, it could also be, you get why are you attracted to bad boys? There could be many reasons and like Adelicia, is that right?
I love what Adelicia said here, man.
Yeah, it's not about age either, and it can also be some bloody trauma that's happened in the past that wants boys to go there. I want to go for the bad boy. And you know what? I've noticed in the past how bad boys have kind of disappeared because now there are a lot of bad girls out there in that sense.
True.
And it's quite epic to watch as the feminine becomes a bit more stronger and active and rising out of patriarchy. So you're going to get a lot more bad girls out there too. And ultimately, why not have a Joel? But just as long as it doesn't hurt, I suppose, people around. See, I'm being a nice guy now. Look at that.
Yeah, you are being a nice
But
guy.
that's the thing. But,
Too much.
but that's why the topic is do nice guys finish last, because generally when women refer to bad boys, it's always men that don't want a relationship or a commitment. So it's a push and pull,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
And women, the more the man pulls
So how
away,
come? How
the
is he a
more-
bad boy? I still don't understand. If the man makes his mind up and tell you he doesn't want a commitment, how does that make him a bad boy? That's
Well,
a
then it
choice.
could be that he's
That's
And
manipulative.
every chick every weekend, maybe, or he's sleeping with every different girl every weekend. Is that a bad boy?
But then you have a choice to leave him.
But he
Isn't that
might be
just
manipulating you.
That's again his preference on what he does. If you don't have a choice to have an open conversation with him and say, look, I don't like it that you seeing other people, just leave me. You know I'm a cheater. Leave me. No, you selected to stay with that person. So in the end of the day, I'm going to stick with you guys, can argue with me. There's no bad boys or good boys. But anyway, let's go to the comments. Sorry, I'm being a bit sensitive about the topic. I consider myself as a good guy, but I've realized there is no good guys or bad guys. It's just people that select, and when the preference don't come to their side, they make out you to be an evil person. Perception again in life.
Depends
We're
on
not-
the situation.
Yes.
Depends on what is happening in that moment. One
Yeah.
moment I can be the biggest
so
dickhead
that-
out, and the next
Exactly.
second I could be such a nice guy.
Exactly.
David Bryan says, if we just go to one of the comments, most women love bad boys. And then he continues and says, guys with edge who are elusive.
Yes, that.
Ooh.
And Aditya continues and she says, I don't think wanting a bad boy comes with age. There's different levels of naughty, and it is possible to be a respectful bad boy. The bad boy character can also be what people see. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they can be the sweetest ever, and the reverse applies too.
And then we end with, before we go to the other comments later. So Sharon also said, my son can't even choose a proper female. Do you hear her wording, a change of wording? Not a good female, a proper female, someone that's suitable for him. So that's maybe a different word and a proper word to use instead of using a nice guy or bad boy.
But you see, the nice or the bad, it's all dependent on intention. So that's why
Okay.
men are labeled either nice or bad, because depends on what the intentions are within any relationship or any interaction.
Okay, I get to understand that. Where do you stand on that, Mike?
You know, I suppose depending on what culture as well. You know, in civilization, bad boys have been termed a certain way. Like you're a bad boy because you're doing this or because you're doing that. I think ultimately, you know, if people could be open enough to be honest, in a sense that, yeah, if you're in a partnership and you're wanting to go have sex because your partner can't give it to you, and you get consensus from her, if that is how big your relationship can be, because she can't give you what you want, and then you go have sex with someone else, are you a bad boy? Is that do you see really bad boys are, I think it's a cultural or civilized term that has just been thrown out there. And okay, you're a bad boy because you fall into this category.
Like exactly.
Look, and Biden, what you said is that you, as a women, choose who they want to have a relationship with.
Just as men.
But
yes.
the thing is, men can also put up a facade
So
of being nice,
and women
and
as
then-
such. That's the risk of gambling. A relationship is like gambling. You can't expect that you're gonna go choose someone else to be part of your life, and you can only go in with trust and expect that this person might stay the same person that you met. Or this is the different thing that happens in relationships. I find you attractive. I like the way you dress. I like the way you maybe in a bikini each day. You're walking around, and now all of a sudden you are my lady. And now I say, no, I don't like it that you're wearing a bikini around. I don't like it that you walk like this. And this happens a lot in the relationships where now the je ne sais quoi, as they would like to say, the part that you fell in love with about your partner, you're taking away because of your own insecurities. Now you becoming a bad woman or a bad man. No, your preferences have just changed. You're just becoming more insecure. Again, no one is bad in that situation. The person's insecurity. So people does change. People do change. So it's not that the person put up a facade or a whole thing of how they feel or how they want. It's just us as humans, we change each and every day of
No,
how
but
we
there are
feel.
people, unfortunately, there are people that have certain personas at the beginning of a relationship. And
Yes.
as the relationship progresses and the more you fall in love with this person, you see red flags, you see,
Yes.
different characteristics. So there are, unfortunately, Byron, the world is filled with a lot of people with bad intentions.
Bad intentions are
Yeah,
different.
here's the thing, guys. If for me, a bad person or a bad guy is someone who lies and cheats and can't be honest and really keeps hurting people.
Yes.
You know, you can still be a dickhead and not hurt people in a sense. You know, there's such a wide line that we can learn as human beings to not actually be dickheads in a sense to try get what you want, but still be nice, you know, and still get what you want. It is happening. It does happen. I've got lots what I want being nice. Sometimes I'm over nice, where I fall off flat on my face. And it's okay because I believe that karma, whatever happens to whatever is going to happen. It's not my business. I just know I've got to get up, carry on being a lacquer oak or being a dickhead when I have to be a dickhead. You know, it depends on the situation. But cheaters, liars, if you can't be honest about it, then you shouldn't be in the relationship. I think a beautiful relationship is if it's open and honest and you can get over your human emotions that you've been pounded on that you have to, this is the way it has to be. You know, and if your partner is not giving you what you want, you have to still stay there or get divorced. Where you can't just go, oh, hold on a minute, let's talk about this, work through the emotions. If I can't get this from you, let's discuss it and see where we can get it. And if you can't get this from me, let's discuss and see where you can get it. And that ranges from sexuality to communicate to anything.
Exactly.
You know, and you can be a bad guy in a relationship if you're having a cuck day and someone triggers you or something is said incorrectly and then you lash out. That's being a bad guy. He comes last also. You know, or if you're still having a cuck day and someone irritates you and you can have the capacity to go, buddy, please, you know, or my love, fuck, you're irritating me. Please, just give me 10 minutes to whatever. You know, that kind of pure honesty is quite beautiful.
Sure. A good point.
I just want to go to Laik's comment. So he says, how would your girl feel if you finished first?
Exactly. Bad oak. What a bad guy.
But nice guys do finish first. No, sometimes.
The excited ones who've never got it before for a long while.
Stick with that guy with the bad intentions. He comes last.
Shannon goes on and says, men think with the wrong head, man. And then she says they are from Mars. And Adelisha also says, if a man doesn't want commitment and they're open about it, then that's not bad. He actually has balls, not leading a woman on with BS stories. I agree with that.
Agree.
She's being open and honest. Juanita says, the question is, what do you see as lost? Being lost could be a win, depends on your view.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
That's true,
What do you see as lost? Byron, what do you see as lost?
I don't know. I'm going to leave that to Mike. Mike, go. What do you see as lost? We got to guess those for you.
You know, that again, that's perfect. Sometimes finishing last is a good thing. You know, you're trying to get to a ticket and you don't get that ticket to go on an airplane somewhere and the plane crashes. You finished last, but you survived, you know, and fuck, it really depends. I finished last on many things and I've been happy. A lot of the times I finished last to make someone else feel good. So yes, the nice guys can finish last if they want to, and if they have the capacity, I suppose, through life's lessons to learn that.
True.
And give that.
I wanted to say now, David's point, it depends on how long you lost before you finish the first 5 minutes or the 5 hours.
Exactly. It depends. Like I said, if you're a nice guy and you finally hook up with a girl, you got to go and play with yourself for many, many hours before you can go there, so you can last a bit longer than 3 seconds.
But my thing is, nice guys finish last. Yes. Okay, guys with good intentions don't always finish last. It depends if you can't make a choice. Do suckers finish last? Yes, they do, because suckers sometimes they get suckered into something and they can't make a choice out of something. But it doesn't mean that he's a nice guy, that he's a sucker.
But is
So
there a thing as being too nice?
is there? Oh, definitely there is. That's what I
Yeah.
believe in.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah,
Eh?
totally. Yeah.
So what
Living
did it mean
example of
nice?
being too nice.
What would it
It's
mean if a man is too nice?
I think being too nice is putting all your needs aside to just get everyone else sorted. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
That makes
And
sense.
and in
That's
that,
just too nice. And I continuously do that with many things or many aspects in my life.
and why do you think that could be a problem in a relationship, or when you are trying to pursue women?
When you're trying to pursue women, yeah, you've got to just have the courage. I think have the courage, not being nice or ugly, but just having the courage to go have a conversation. Because I think a lot of guys are and girls, I suppose, approaching another human being is quite a hectic thing. Some people struggle and others don't.
Mhm.
So coming to if you're in a nightclub and you're trying to be all sweet and trying to hook up with the girl and you're being sweet, I don't think she's going to look at you twice. But if you go in there and you give like a what up and you give some attitude and you just hype up and you being a bit of your energy is a bit harder than the nice guy, you're going to get noticed.
Exactly.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Women love men who are confident, charismatic.
Yes.
So that is what they're attracted to. And unfortunately,
Really?
bad boys, if you want to call it bad boys, they do possess those characteristics.
But they come
And they
last.
would view nice guys as being too predictable and boring. So that could be one of the reasons why most women prefer men, bad boys, because they exude characteristics that a woman is usually attracted to. Sharon says some girls think it's okay when visiting for the first time they can sleep in the same bed as your son.
Oh, Joe.
Sharon, you're still looking for a woman for your son. We will keep
Sharon
mentioning
just had her 60th birthday last year. Good.
last year, yes.
And she's still just looking for someone for her son. Sharon, the show will find someone for him. I hope he's still with that older lady. She's good for him, man.
And it just says, Mike, I fully agree. If a man does not adhere to the norms, they considered a bad boy. Same applies to a woman. Bottom line, it's okay to be a black sheep and not follow the masses.
That's that. And she goes on 100% gone. She says 100% gone are the days of being a submissive Old Testament woman.
Amen, Miss Peters. Amen, girl. Rise of the goddess. Go, girls.
Ooh, this is the thing going around. This is the rise of the enlightened, the rise of the people. No, it's the rise of technology, the rise of people that are flushed with information, with no knowledge, and they have all this information and they feel like they're gurus because they're laying on their bed, clicking for a quote, and they feel, oh, I'm a good guy because I know life. No, life is about experiences, not about quotes you read off Bloody the Wall. Anyway, so let me not go off topic.
So Sharon goes on and says, I thought I married a great man back then. Damn 24 years of marriage and repeating the same over and over by cheating. He'll know I got fed up after 16 years, divorce and happy. No cuck stress from a man.
Exactly, Sharon. That's the thing, you have that crash because you haven't communicated or you did not communicate. Imagine we had the balls to communicate and say, listen, love, I'm having a relationship somewhere else, and your beloved says, okay, I can't deal with it, I can't give you what you want there, so fucking go for it. That's epic. I know some people who are really nice guys and they have 2 or 3 or nice girls and they have 2 or 3 different partners that know each other.
That's right.
and
Yes.
still go, and I've seen them being dickheads as well. But it all depends on the situation. Trying to be a nice guy. I think I was brought up being a nice guy. My mom drilled it into me to kind of be obedient and respect and just stay below radar. And that's why I suppose I'm a bit of a black sheep, because I'm busting through that kind of conditioning, and it's epic. It is epic. So I'm aware that I'm a nice guy, but I'm aware that when I need to be a bit of a bad guy, I can do that too. But I do that with a bit of respect and awareness and empathy for the person that I'm going to be a dickhead to.
Exactly.
And
Put yourself in their shoes when this tyrant that's going to come out of this mouth is going to whack that person. There's a big lesson I'm busy learning at the moment.
And that's the thing, is learning to find a balance. A man that can be assertive and confident in his own skin, but still be able to have the values of what you'd classify a nice guy. So having a balance, finding a balance, I think that is what a lot of women struggle with, and that is why they feel that there's hardly any nice guys anymore.
But
going back to my point where Adelisha disagreed and
no,
said
she
it's
said,
not,
yes, Dala, what you must, Mike. She didn't disagree. She just said, yes, Dala, what
she
you
disagreed with regards to the age, and I will I still think that it depends on where you find yourself in life. It depends on your age. It depends on your immaturity within a relationship. Because most young women, they are more drawn to the mystery that a man shows when he is confident and charismatic. So they are more drawn to the bad boys. But the older they get and they've gone through being cheated on or being lied to and being manipulated, they then realize the only way I can be, if I want a committed, loyal partner that I can have a family with, I need to shift
question,
my focus.
would you take a rich guy that treats you a bit badly, but he looks after you, right? Or you take a nice guy that's broke, I'm talking about dirt broke, but he's a very nice guy.
I don't think I'd go for either. I'm happy alone.
No, but if you had to choose,
I wouldn't choose.
If you have me choose,
Why did I-
choose. Give me an option.
I don't have to choose.
If you love both of them,
I can be happy
if
alone.
you love them
But you
both,
know, eh?
if you love them both equally, which one would you choose?
That's a good question. Kamla Thea, this is called the contradiction for a reason. Choose.
It's not that black and white.
We didn't ask you for a black or white one. We asked you to choose.
I wouldn't go for a
Do
nice.
you like Byron?
broke
Do you like
guy.
Byron?
Look, because look, even in the preview, we had an episode about the social status of someone, and the only way you will, most of the time, you will meet somebody in the same social class as you or the same social status, because those are the type of people you're conversing with. So when it comes to the financial aspect, of course, I would like a man that also is confident and that has that can provide to a certain extent, because also
She says the spotlight is on you. Don't explain. You need to give the answer.
Men also a man should feel secure within himself. And when it comes to the financial aspect, if a man cannot provide, in my own personal experience and what I've heard, is that many men first they feel insecure within a relationship if they cannot bring something to the table financially.
So you're saying you'll take the rich
his
guy.
own sake and for the relationship.
No, but the
I
answer is you're taking the rich guy. You've given us an explanation why.
I wouldn't also take a rich guy that treats me badly because
No,
I
but
love
he
myself
said you
enough.
love both. You have to choose one.
But
Which one?
I wouldn't fall in love with either.
But that's not the question.
If I fell in
that's
love
not
with
the
you when
question.
you had if you came with something into the relationship and I fell in love with you, and then unfortunately during the relationship things fell apart, of course that's a different case then, because then I already fell in love with you and we move forward together, we build together.
Okay, so if you don't mind, Mike, we'll go to some of the comments because Lathia just hopped around that question
But
like
yeah, okay,
like no one's business. You know?
But I think most men you choose money.
Okay, so we
because I can still use the credit card and swipe the credit card even if that man's treating them badly.
but
they can go to the store to make them happy.
Mike was just laughing at that, and Mike said Tom Hanks is a nice guy and finished first. Or the guy in the nightclub can get a high five in the face. Alicia, the guy. I was that guy in the nightclub always. Nice
You
guy.
were, Byron. I'm sure
I
you
was.
were. That
Lathea is
guy.
right.
Are you
Lathea is
sure,
right.
Biden? Are you
All right,
sure?
Lathea is
Okay,
right.
so Sharon, if you just go up, she says, not a damn. As long as I live, I'll break every rule on that old woman relationship. She thinks she caught this fish. I'll give her a hard time.
And then your Nita van Jaarsveld says the Kazuzi men are nice Lebanese
That's
guys.
the guy.
For sure, Mike. Lebanese.
Are you Lebanese, Mike?
Yeah, like
Incredible.
like Rawat them. Anyway,
So
so Sharon also is attacking me probably. Byron, oh no, she's not attacking me. I love that. Byron, have you watched Dear Dick and Dun? So I would frick have what?
Farouk.
Farouk. Have a Farouk. Jara, his eyes, his smile, his humility, damn, it only happens on TV. Anyway. Let's take one more. So Adelicia Peter says,
No, Lathea. I think I'm in the young category, right? I don't know. Adelicia, you tell us. A spontaneous gentleman with intellect hits the nail on the head. I think with time, a balance between bad and adulting is 100%. Exactly.
Love that. And maybe
Have
maybe one more if we can, maybe from Bernadette.
Bernadette says, choose both, Lathea. What the world needs now is love. The more love you spread, the better.
I love
Exactly why I
Choose
said
both.
I couldn't choose between money and a nice
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
It's
and
both.
and plus you're Muslim, you like to have four men or so.
No,
No, man, I know it's only four.
But why can't we both be bad, naughty people in our relationship together?
Yeah.
In the
in
relationship.
the relationship, yes.
That's the difference. You
Yeah.
can.
That'd
Now,
be pretty funky.
this is the question. We know our intention why we say do nice guys finish last. Yes, we've been joking around, right? But the thing is, do nice guys finish last? In my view in life, in business, they do finish last. In relationships, it depends on the person that they go into relationship with. It depends on what aspect of life we're talking about. In relationships, nice guys can come first, and I'm not talking about in the bedroom. They can come first in your life because you might take care of them. Then it again depends on the female side also, because now when a woman has a nice guy, right? They say, oh, there's so many men not trash and all this stuff. But when you have a nice guy, you don't want to be with him because you see no mystery. You don't want to be with that guy that goes to the book because a woman, one thing they love, and this you have to conquer with it, is mystery.
But men
They
too.
love something mysterious. They don't like
it's not
anything
just
black
women.
and white, like you just said.
It's human beings.
Yeah, human beings love mystery.
No,
Men
no,
One way
men-
or
love things. Men love to chase women that they think is out of their league because it's a challenge. It's
Or
part of our
men
another.
just
nature.
Like to do
or
the
men
same.
sleep with women that they think everybody is sleeping with.
No, but I mean, I know that men.
So men are not mysterious.
Men
They just
want-
wired to reproduce. They just wired to stay horny.
But when it comes to a woman that they want to pursue, and not
Okay.
just sleep with, it's more of a challenge. So they natural born hunters, and they would hunt women that they feel is out of the league. So it's a human phenomena where we all love mystery. We all want an exciting life. We don't want things to be boring. And unfortunately, the perception that people have is that nice guys are boring in a relationship because, like I mentioned, they're predictable. They either don't speak up for themselves, they don't speak their mind. So a woman wants a man that can challenge her as well.
So Sharon asked Byron, where do you get a nice guy? Sorry, man, they don't make them anymore. I was the last stock. I think they don't make them anymore. It's done. It's done. So I have to get another couple of women on my side. That's like
Really?
looking after the woman. You know, when I get more women in my life.
Good luck. Good luck.
So Mike, where do you stand with that though?
Sure. Yeah, just to go back a couple of questions. I suppose if I repeated my life and I was like in my 20s again and what I know now, I'd go for a rich woman. I'd marry a rich woman.
It's
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah. I'd marry a rich woman for sure.
I didn't know how I feel about that.
Just to be looked after, lekker, nothing wrong. No,
Mike, Mike, are you single? No, Kira is
No,
gonna kill
I
us.
have a wifey and I love her dearly. I love her sticking.
Yeah, she's saying she's a rich woman. She'll look after you.
She will look after me. She's rich in knowledge and some other stuff. We'll get onto that at a later stage. Sharon Daniels, I'll ask my wifey and then she'll see if she's keen for me to go play with some sugar mama.
You heard it here. Mike is offering his services for that
And I
extra.
think I must ask my wife first. Communication.
Are you looking for a sugar mama? She's saying.
No, I'm not, but I'll ask my wife first.
It's all open. It's all open in this life.
It is.
Yeah, love your wife. Leave this cheating shit.
No, in terms of, I think if you can be cool together and naughty together and nice together, that's really cool in a relationship. But it's also okay if everyone knows that it's a playing field. When you go into a club or a bar, you're either going there just to have a jolt or you're going there to pick up something with someone. You're not and the music, whatever. But that's the relation between going out there and having a jolt. But if you could do it together, it'd be pretty freaking awesome in that sense. That imagine being bad together. You come and you discuss an evening of what you want to do, whatever it is, and you go do it together. It's like role play or whatever the story is. That really spices up boring relationships. And another thing on that question you asked, Byron, in terms of you must also ask the question, why are women also going for nice guys? There are a lot of women out there that
We
do
only
go
have
for
one
nice
woman
guys.
here, and if
the
you want to
woman,
protect her,
Benedette, if Sharon, if you can comment,
and Alicia, all of you ladies
And
out there
Alicia?
like,
let Mike know, why does women go for nice guys?
okay, but we want to know from you now first.
Look, just as I mentioned, one of the reasons why women don't like nice guys is because they're predictable, but that's also one of the reasons why some women do go for nice guys, because they know what they can expect.
What is the
And
definition
because
of a
they're
nice guy?
respectful, they are.
What's the definition of a nice guy?
But that's what I asked you earlier, and that's what Mike clarified for us.
No, but you need to clarify it. We can only think what we think you women think is a nice guy.
Look, in my mind, there needs to be a balance. You can't just be nice all the time, because then
But what is the
you're gonna
definition?
then you become a people pleaser. A nice guys, in my mind, or usually the way people perceive nice guys is guys that cannot speak their mind. They are people pleasers. They got, and it's okay. They go out of their way for people, but it's all that they usually put other people before themselves, which isn't always a good thing, because you will that will be at the cost of your own mental and emotional energy,
Okay.
and sometimes financial as well.
Yeah.
You
know,
yourself
what-
mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, what's quite interesting is I've experienced going to a club trying to be a nice guy, and the woman or person I was trying to be a nice guy to had a cuck experience. So again, it depends on the person, where the situation is. I could have been a dickhead and she might have just gone, oh, wow, that's so incredible. But because I was nice, it was like, whatever, go away. So again, or there's some of where you're nice and you can get into a conversation. It's all everyone's own experience. Like this whole thing of let's define what is a nice guy. It like boxes everything.
Exactly.
And I think we need to get out of always being boxed. You know, you can be a nice guy, and you can yes, a nice dickhead.
Someone who said that?
Yes,
man?
he said nice guy, and it's important just to respect the person that's in front of you, and or if you can have a bit of empathy to feel what they are feeling when you're engaging, because we as a human race have been told to put your emotions down there and just go hardcore to survive. So yeah, it's quite an epic topic, and that's why I say boxing it for me is like no. Box all our lives. I don't think we can box it. You can be a nice guy, a good guy, and you can be all of them. You have range. As long as you find the balance. And if you want to, for me, finding the balance is being the nice guy.
Mm.
And then you can be either super nice or super dickhead. And then you can be a nice dickhead. You know, you can go around on that scale. You don't have to just stay either one or the other.
Mm. Mm.
Exactly,
That-
because nice guys can also be cheaters. They come across as being
Yes,
soft and soft-spoken, and they can also, those are the ones that you would least expect to cheat.
Because they're the nicest cheaters.
The nicest ones. Let's Adelisha
Yeah.
actually mentioned something. She says most nice guys are yes ma'am kind of people. I can't stand that.
Yes, ma'am.
And Sharon says, hey man, nice guys, you only get a few days until their true colors come out. So she's saying it's a facade. It's just the persona that a lot of men put up to be these nice guys. And
I
Laik
disagree.
says, girls like a guy that does not take note of them.
Ooh.
Have you experienced that, Byron?
But let's first read. I'll give you now my answer.
Okay.
The secret of to a successful Byron.
Relationship.
What is your definition of a nice guy, Lathia? Byron. I love that. Well done. That's 50,000 brownie points there. For whatever competition we have there, we'll smuggle the stuff to you. If you don't, oh yeah, you in the United States, the word smuggle mean we will then we'll then cheat that you can win the prize or so. So
We'll
manipulate the competition. Smokkel. That's a new word you'll learn from South Africa today. If you take it, if you want to use a word to manipulate or to be how can you say what's the other saying to say if you're gonna cheat or smuggle? That's it. Smokkel. Smuggle. Sorry. Smuggle.
Well
Smuggle.
done, bro.
There goes my English class. I only teach one.
Byron's trying to be an interpreter on the contradiction.
Yeah, smuggle. There's Adelisha even said it. Smuggle, Byron. The word is smuggle. Smokle. Because it felt so like colored, like smokle. Anyway, that's our lesson for our American viewers today. The word smokle is smuggle. Anyway.
So Laik says, if you in a room where nice guys are talking up a girl, a girl would be into the one the one not trying to flirt. So the one that doesn't give her the attention, that is the one she would be interested in. That's what Laik says.
I love what Adelisha said. So your English airtime is up, Byron. So my airtime is up for English.
You need to go recharge.
I need to recharge my English. So let's see what Anita is saying.
Yes, we all have a wolf and a dog inside. Depends who you feed. We are all nice and bad guys.
True.
Amen to that.
And then
Bernadette says, it's really simple, no mystery. Women just want to be loved, be told they are beautiful, and to be seen, not only physically by a man. This is what a nice guy does. He doesn't have to be rich or handsome if he does these things.
You're beautiful.
Beautiful, Bernadette. That's gorgeous.
And that is something
and, you know, that's true. Imagine your guy learns how to touch you properly.
Ooh.
Or learns how to really open up and ask you what you want. You know, that's a nice guy. People will look at you and go, are you mad? But that is what being a nice guy is all about for me, is trying to understand, if you're in a relationship, who your partner is and what she wants. You might think what she wants, and then you do it, and then you think you're being a nice guy, but you're not. You're actually being a twat because you haven't communicated.
Well, that's a good
So
point.
someone ask you, I suppose, if you're in a relationship and you getting to understand who your partner is by asking her questions before you just assume and doing it. So it's like authentic relating, but authentic relating in the sense that I understand it is where you just splurge out whatever, like I want to make love to you. No. Authentic relating for me is first asking the question. I am so attracted to you. I would love to make love to you. How do you feel about that? Instead of, I just want to fucking make love to you kind of thing. You know, or it's my thing to just go and do it, you know, because I'm authentic. That's not being nice. Being nice is actually getting that open kind of communication, and vice versa, where your partner both partners speak to each other and find out what they like and what they don't like. Because I can promise you this, in many relationships out there, that's where an underlying issue line is. You assuming what your partner wants, or you think what your partners want.
Exactly.
That's totally the opposite. And then when you find out what they want and you can't deliver it, it's cuck to pay, in a sense.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's for me. I believe he's been a nice guy, and I don't mind coming last as long as she smiles.
As long as she comes, what?
As long as she smiles.
Oh, I thought you said as long as she comes.
She definitely will smile if you come last.
That's why she's smiling.
Hey, but even if you come last, sometimes they won't smile.
Yeah, that depends on how
I
you know.
don't
You
think
can
the
make,
coming last will help any situation here.
you know, and
So
it's true. You can make love and you can fuck at the same in the same flow. You know,
That's
and
true.
that again depends on how you're relating with your partner or your beloved.
Mm-hmm. So, Biden, what is your take on this?
So, like Van Kirsten says. Anyway, we're coming
Look
close.
at you dodging the question.
I am not. We come to close to the end of the show, and I'll give my opinion now, and then I'm going to get to Mike. You guys need to start charging to watch this. This is awesome tips and views on how things really are out there. We don't want to charge it. We want to charge the big corporates, not you guys. So we want to charge the big companies. Come and pay because we are reaching people out there. So there she said we must charge you. So we're going to charge Coca-Cola, Eskom, everybody that wants to advertise. Bye-bye.
You just advertise them right now.
I didn't because our electricity, if it's off, it's because of them. And I don't even drink Coke. Now imagine if I do drink it, how I'll advertise you. Anyway, so let's get to the other point. So you guys, what was the question, Byron?
So, the question, what was it?
You see?
Well, I just lost my train of
So
thought.
Adelisa said, Mike, not everyone has the ability to be a mind reader. And I love what Sharon said here. Where's that part she said? Oh man, so sad. The best advice I can give to a woman is stay away from men.
Thanks, Auntie Sharon. I'm trying to change that opinion, please.
Unfortunately, we all want to experience love. And
Oh,
we all
Sharon, I'll leave Coca-Cola alone. That was my company.
Oh, is that who she was driving for?
Okay, now I understand. Okay, I'll leave Coke. We'll get Pepsi. Anyway, so I wanted to get to the point. You asked me, what do you define as a nice guy? Was that your question?
I think that was what the question was.
Or why? How am I such a nice guy? Was that what you asked?
Oh, how are you such a nice guy? What makes you a nice guy?
So we've come to the close to the end of the show, and Mike, normally what we do at the end of the show is before I make my point. What we do at the end of the show, we try to enlighten our viewers, or you leave some positivity
Value.
with him, with value. Doesn't need to be around this. Can be around COVID. Can be about your life. Can be about your experience. Can just to be real, but a piece of information that would inspire them, or just make them wake up and say, "This is life." So we're gonna pop you on the screen for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on what value you want to give, and then I'll come back.
Cool.
Okay.
So, you know, I think that getting to understand who you are and your partner helps so much in opening the communication is really epic. In terms of what I can offer you, wow. I'm just learning on a day-to-day basis about myself, and willing to learn and willing to know that there's always another perspective out there other than the one that you have been conditioned to know. So know that there's so many other perspectives out there on the one thing that you're trying to see or do. You know, it's I came from a really Lebanese background, and we were very conditioned to particular ways in life. And once I popped out of that and started seeing other perspectives of other people's and other ways, it's been an incredible eye-opener for me, where I suppose that's the cracking open, where I thought, no, I can't just stay into this conditioned self. I need to grow, to understand and feel what is out there, because there's a lot more beyond than your experience you've just had through your past life. There's so much more in the future, and that each experience you have is your true experience. Whatever the other person says, or the other person has their experience as well, each one has their own true experience. That if you can understand that, then life would probably be a lot easier. I think it would have been a lot easier for me, taking different perspectives and just working through life with flow instead of rigidity. So yeah, I don't know if that made any sense, but that's my 2 cents for you guys. Is just keep your minds open, keep your perspective open, and yeah, always be a nice guy. You know, nothing hurts. You got to spread the love. You got to see life in everybody, God in everybody when you look at them. So that's what I can say. Hey, amen to that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mike. And thank you for all the value that you shared with the viewers tonight. You were excellent, and we loved having you on the show.
Love that.
Thank you. It was
Love
only a
hiding.
pleasure.
And you enjoying there, whatever you enjoying in the background.
So we're gonna end the show now, Mike. Thank you again. You can say bye to the viewers if you have time. Just wait in the background a little bit. We want to just say thank you for being on the show again.
Okay, cool. Cheers,
Yeah,
guys.
fine.
Thank you so much for participating. It was fun.
See you. We're just gonna put you in the
I
background. I enjoyed the show. I
Excellent.
enjoyed tonight's show. And there's couple of comments we missed, but I kind of said I not like, but I wanted to tackle this one. I don't believe in fake. I think a nice guy is then being fake. Honesty, faithful, and sincere is what I believe in. Still not a nice guy, just people out there. Awesome show. And thank you again for engaging, guys. As we say each week,
Oh, also, do like and share this video. Go ahead and like and share our page for future content. And if you've gained value out of the show, also go ahead, like and share our YouTube and Twitter page, and share this video. And have a lovely evening.
like and share, like and share,
Like
like
and
and share,
share.
like and share, like and share. And also tell your bosses to advertise in the contradiction and send me their email addresses, the CEOs, everybody, because you need it, they need it. They need to advertise on here. So send their email addresses. If you are the HR, the marketing person, the director, please contact us. We have an email address. We have contact. You can contact us so we can keep this going, keep this valuable content going. So like and share and advertise. See
We
you.
love you. Good night.